What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Happy Easter to you, your friends, and your family. Today I want to talk about why I'm stacking cash right now and how I hope, with my fingers crossed, to get silver very soon. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Link will be in the description, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today, I wanted to talk about stacking that cash, stacking that fiat, stacking that currency, and there's two main reasons why, and I wanted to talk a little bit about cash today just because we talk quite a bit about cash during my live streams. If you did not know, I go live usually around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during this whole quarantine period. It's been pretty much every single night. However, there will not be one tonight. It's a holiday, but probably every other night in the near future I will be streaming, so make sure your bell notifications are turned on so you don't miss the live event. But we talk a lot about cash during my streams, and some people say cash is trash, some people say cash is king. I personally stand somewhere right in the middle. I do not believe cash is king per se. I do believe it plays a role in the kingdom. However, it's absolutely not part of the royal family. I don't think it's the king. I think it's the court jester. Something to laugh at, something to use for entertainment purposes, something that has a pretty important role, but it ain't the king. That's how I see it. And at the same time, I don't think it's trash either. At the end of the day, what is the dollar bill? It's a tool. It's something useful, it's a piece of equipment. It's something that we use to, propel ourselves forward or in a different direction. So I'm somewhere in between the cash is trash and cash is king mindset. And as of lately, I've been primarily stacking as much cash as I possibly can. I have not been spending any of it. I have not been converting any of it to money. I have not been investing any of it. I haven't been doing anything. I've been hanging on to as much as I possibly can. And the sole purpose for that is just because we are in the middle of a global health crisis right now. I do not know how long this is going to last. 14 days could very easily turn into 14 weeks, and that could very easily turn into 14 months. I think it's probably the safest and smartest idea for me personally. This is just what I'm doing. This is just what I believe. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is financial advice, but I'm hanging on to as much cash as possible just because I don't know how long this nonsense is going to last for, and in the event of an emergency, I don't think that a hospital is going to accept a silver sunshine bar. I do not think that an auto body shop is going to accept a half-ounce gold maple leaf or anything like that. So I am stacking cash just for a potential emergency. If something were to happen, I think it's probably a smart idea to have more cash on hand than I normally would. And also, the second reason behind why I'm stacking cash right now is mostly due to the fact that when this all blows over, which, by the way, will hopefully be sooner rather than later. I know we do not live in a perfect world, but in a perfect world, this would all be cleared up relatively quickly. Hopefully we're going to make a quick recovery, bounce back pretty fast. And I don't know about you guys out there, but I think that when the dust settles, which, by the way, we are in the process of making the greatest comeback of the century, when it's all said and done, my plan is to have more cash on hand than I normally would, and hopefully I'll be able to get more silver and or gold than I'd normally be able to. However, I've been getting a couple comments from people because I've brought this point up. I said, hey, I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to hang out and sit on the sidelines just for the time being. I'm just a mere spectator until this whole mess gets cleaned up. And I've been getting comments from people saying, oh, you're going to be sorry. You're not stacking silver right now. You're going to regret it as soon as it's over. Hyperinflation. Silver is going to go up to $1 million an ounce. I'm getting all types of comments like that. And truth be told, I would rather be sorry than to devote my entire life to being run by the fear of missing out. That's not how I live my life. I'm not going to panic buy. I am not going to panic stack. If silver does something astronomical when this is all over and I am unable to get my hands on silver, then it is what it is. I learned something from a really good friend of mine's father when I was a kid. It is what it is, and it's not what it's not. If silver gets to the point where it's out of reach for me, then I'll just shift my focus and I'll be onto something else. I'm not going to be devoting my life to fearfully, desperately stacking just in case. Silver is not my number one priority, especially right now. There's more important things going on in the world. For example, a worldwide health crisis. I value my health more than I value my wealth, even though it's a close second. My number one primary objective right now is making it through the pandemic, coming out on top, and preparing myself to the best of my ability. Do I want to stack silver? 1000%. I absolutely do. But in my opinion, for me personally, from my perspective, that's just not what I should be doing with my cash right now. You do not know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to hang out on the sidelines for the time being, and I'm going to sit here with my fingers crossed that hopefully this all gets cleared up ASAP, because I am eagerly waiting to begin stacking again. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm stacking that cash, like I said, for emergency purposes, but I'm assuming I will not need it for an emergency purpose, just hanging on to it just in case. And when the dust settles, I'll have more cash on me than I normally would, and I'll be able to get more silver than I normally would. So like I said, in a perfect world, that's the plan. Unfortunately, we do not live in a perfect world. This whole locked in the house, stay inside, stay away from people, social distancing nonsense could last a very long time. I do not know what's going to happen. I do not know how long this is going to take, but I do know that there are a couple of banks who are experiencing cash shortages, hence why I've gone to the bank and withdrew a decent amount of cash. Not all of it, still leaving some in the bank. I know they're saying that some cash could be contaminated, in which case a lot of businesses are credit and debit only right now because they don't want to handle cash. I'm just hanging on to the cash just for myself, just in case, but I'm leaving cash in the bank as well. Some digital fiat so that I can make some online purchases or pay bills online or use my credit card if need be. So those are just some of my thoughts, and I'm curious, what are yours? What is your primary goal? What are your objectives right now? I know I'm getting a lot of comments from a lot of different people saying that they just picked up some silver or they're desperately looking for silver, whatever the case may be. So evidently people aren't focusing on cash for the short term like I am right now. Cash, that's what it is. Cash is for the short term. My silver is for the long term. I'm not gonna subject myself to putting myself in a state of vulnerability just for the fear of missing out and hoping to catch silver before it skyrockets or whatever the case may be. So those are just some of my thoughts, some of my opinions. Not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. Everything said is for entertainment purposes only and for the sake of conversation. That's what this whole channel is about. It's about conversation. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video? Are you primarily hanging on to as much cash as possible right now? Is it for similar reasons for what I stated in this video? Number one, just to hang on to in the event of an emergency. 2. So you're saving up some cash. So hopefully you'll be able to get an even larger amount of silver and or gold when this is all said and done. Maybe it has something to do with the banks experiencing a cash shortage. Or are you on the other end of the spectrum? Are you just picking up as much silver and gold as you can possibly pick up right now because maybe you are fearful of missing out? Or maybe there's another reason. Maybe you're just not concerned with the pandemic. We all got different opinions. You know mine. I want to know yours. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.